Good morning, everyone. Those that were waiting online, we appreciate your patience. We are now into our regular Board of Supervisor meeting. Like to call this meeting to order, and we'll stand and do Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jake, could you do roll call, please?
Keisha Johnner.
Here.
Jim Mueller.
Aye.
Steve McComb.
Here.
Entertain a motion for today's agenda.
I move we approve today's agenda.
Support.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye. On to communications. Auditor's office, do you have any communications?
Nope.
Board? Seeing none, we'll move on. On to public comments. This is the portion of the agenda which we can hear on from the public from items that are not on the agenda below. These could become future topics for future agendas. Is there any public comments? Anything online?
No.
Seeing none, moving on. On to consent agenda. Entertain a motion for today's consent agenda.
Move to approve today's consent agenda.
Second.
Mueller.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
On to business. Item number 1 is the resolution 2026-44. This is the setting the public hearing date regarding the proposed fiscal year 2026-2027 county budget. Board, before you, just be mindful, this is just setting the public hearing date for 4/21. Is there any questions regarding this?
Nope. Move to approve resolution 2026-44.
Second.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Item number 2, we will have several public hearings today, so this is just another one of them. But item number 2 is the public hearing for the Board of Supervisors for the matter of the proposed to enter into amendment number 3, the amendment and restated 2080 agreement with the City of Knoxville. Again, this is the public hearing portion. Is there any public comments? Emily, is there anything online? Okay. Seeing none, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Support.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye. Item number 3 is resolution 2026-45. This is the resolution ratifying, confirming, and approving the publication of notice of the public hearing and the execution of amendment number 3. What the public hearing was just before. So board, before you is an agreement, and we have updated the 2080 agreement, and I'm going to ask Jake, because it is important to know. Jake, was there any written objections that have been filed by anyone?
No.
Okay, there's not. All right. So I don't know, board, if you have any questions in regarding this 2080 amendment updated. And to follow all the amendments, I know that sometimes with this being number 3, I have been working with Allers and Kooning, our outside legal counsel, to make sure that we have been following along with the original 28E agreement, and this is quite a process. I'm not going to lie. A lot of thought through, just trying to make sure that we can continue to allow the growth in the VA district. As you're aware, we have the 34 lots already at the VA district have been sold. Across the where the doctor's quarters were, that's being developed. The road, which is already being done, which is Veterans, I believe it's called Veterans Boulevard, that's going to the laundry building. There's been communications with some developers with those 8 lots. And so this is just another process to make sure that the city can continue to proceed.
Didn't they received a grant for their lift station, didn't they?
Yes, they've
Yeah.
received, yep, I believe it was $750,000 from Miller Meeks, and that would also allow this growth for that, so. Anyway, this is for the resolution 2026-45. There's no further comments, entertain a motion.
Move we approve resolution 2026-38, or excuse me, 45.
I'll support.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Item number 4 is resolution 2026-38. That is the Marion County resolution making final determination regarding the disposal of real property. This is, again, just finalizing what we have just had the public hearing and the resolution on board.
Move to approve resolution 2026-38.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Item number 5, Allers and Cooning. This is a conflict waiver request in regarding real estate matters. Board, as you're aware, there has been some discussion in regarding disposing of a property, and that property, the agency in which is discussing is South Central Solid Waste Agency. They are just stating that Allers and Cooning, they use them currently as outside legal counsel, and so they just want to make sure, since we use Allers and Cooning too, that this would not be a conflict. I personally don't have an issue with this. This is, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes this happens in the business world because they deal with cities and counties so much, and schools.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this request, and I'm positive there will not be a conflict.
I have no issue with it.
I entertain a motion then.
Move to approve the conflict waiver request for Allers and Finney Law.
Second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye. Item number 6 is the Marion County Special Event Application, Knoxville Dragons Car Club for 9/13. As reviewing board, I do have a few questions, and Chris, I appreciate you coming to the podium. Chris is our facilities director. Chris, this looks like this is going to be on a Sunday, and they are requesting, if possible, possible bathrooms, but they also have porta potties, so.
Yeah, so overall, after reviewing the application, I have no problem with the application as a whole, but our standard procedure for the last almost 7 years has been outside of normal business hours, no additional staff to maintain or manage the courthouse for internal bathrooms. We used to have the ability to open outside doors and then lock inside doors. The issue we've got now is purely an ADA issue. We have no ADA access to the building that would remain locked just with bathrooms. So in the past, what we decided is, because we are trying to be leaner, because we're trying not to incur additional expense staffing a building on a weekend, we've just said no across the board to every event. We have made no exceptions to this. If it's outside of normal business hours, no one gets access to the bathrooms in the public spaces. Other than that, I have no problems with that one amendment.
Okay. All right. Have you been able to speak with John?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hi, John. I'm
hi,
sorry.
John. We're speaking now.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, so.
We have no problem with bringing in porta potties.
Okay.
I just thought I'd ask if we could use it, it'd be great. If not, we have the plan B. So.
Okay, well, I appreciate that,
No
and
problem.
thank you.
You understand where we're coming from, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I totally understand.
Okay.
And actually, we've gone to other car shows in other counties, like Albia, we go down there to Sheraton and have a square in a bathroom. They're kind of the same way too. They don't open it up to the public anymore. Actually, since 9/11 is what we were told. So we have no problem bringing in porta potties. We have a vendor that'll do that.
Okay, great, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
since you're here, John, all the light posts have receptacles on them.
Okay,
So
perfect.
you should be able to use electric almost everywhere around the
Perfect.
building. And make sure you have my cell phone number if you have any issues. I
Great.
don't cost the county any additional money coming in the weekend, so if you do have an issue.
Okay, we're pretty self-sufficient. I mean, we got a pretty good group. We'll clean up after ourselves and everything, so.
Recording in progress.
Okay, all right. Appreciate that. Board, do you have any other questions for John or Chris?
No, sounds like we're all on the same page.
Okay, all right, so entertain a motion approval, approving the application, except we will not be providing bathrooms.
Move to approve the special event for the Knoxville Dragons Car Club, with the exception of the indoor bathrooms, of course.
Second.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Item number 7 is Class C retail alcohol license, and this would be a renewal for KLN Entertainment, also known as Slide Race. Do we have any, Sheriff's Office, Sheriff, do you have any issues? Okay, all right. Board, do you have any questions in regarding this? Again, this is just a formality. It starts at the state and comes down, but does give us, caveat if there is concerns.
Nope.
Okay. Seeing none, entertain a motion for approval.
Move we approve.
I'll support.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
On to item number 8. This is a public hearing. This is for, the public hearing portion is for the Marion County 2040 Comprehensive Plan.
So this will be the final public input on the Marion County 2040 Comprehensive Plan. We started this plan back in May of 2024 with a stakeholder kickoff meeting, and over the past just under 2 years, we've had some public input sessions throughout the county. We've had meetings with department heads, zoning commission meetings, and put together a plan. This is not only a zoning land use plan, but this is an overall county plan with multiple facets of it, with transportation, economic development, the conservation. There's many levels of it, and in each chapter of it, it's got the goals and the expectations. It can be used for grant funding, those types of things. It's got several maps. One of the updates that was done since the last time we were here, we went through it, and there were some updates to the maps. Obviously, we can't get in great detail with the maps, and at every road name, because the maps just aren't large enough. But we did add the main roads, lighten them up a little. They're meant to be kind of a reference map, but there's a lot of great data in here. Z and his group at Mid-Iowa Planning have put together some great information. Within this plan, and one of the recommendations of the zoning commission when they approved it last week was that we as department heads and as the zoning commission, because it is, even though it's a county plan that runs through the zoning commission, we do a yearly review to see if there needs to be any updates added, if there's any goals that have been exceeded or additional goals that need to be added to it. But not that we do an overall new plan, but definitely any additions that would need to be added. So I guess with that, I'll see if he has anything else to add. He's been leading the plan for us.
Yeah, no other comments. I think the C covered it. I'm happy to take any questions you or the public might have.
Okay, all right, appreciate that. This is the public hearing portion. Do we have any public comments? Seeing none, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
And this has been available and will, once it's, approved, will be, obviously we'll have some bound copies that will be available at the courthouse, but will always be available online for, on the county website for viewing. Anybody could view, or at request, somebody can get a bound copy.
Okay, thank you.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye. On to item number 9, which is resolution 2026-43. This resolution would be adopting the Marion County comprehensive plan. Board, I would just like to say, I appreciate the board's direction a few years ago in saying we would support this. We appreciate the work Missy's office and MIPA's been able to do in regarding this, and I believe this lays out for the future of Marion County. When you have a comprehensive plan, it is important because it's guidelines and it allows us. So.
May I approach the committee? Just to thank you for your work. Okay? Thank you very much.
Sure. Steve, good to see you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
So, if there is no further questions in regarding the comprehensive plan, I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2026-43.
I move we approve resolution 2026-43.
Support?
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
I want to thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for this comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
I know how difficult and how all-encompassing this can be, trying to solve an awful lot of people's different inputs and try to make sure that you do the best that you can. And I'm sure that this is a fabulous end product, but thank you for your efforts. I'm sure it's been
Team has done a
terrific.
great job, and I appreciate all their work. They've listened to all the comments we've had, change requests, so they've done a great job, so thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Item number 10 is resolution 2026-46. This is the Marion County Safety Committee written programs. Board, I said on the safety committee, this is something that we have been working on and making sure these safety committees continues to work and strive to make sure that we're safe in Marion County, and also this is required by OSHA. So if at your leisure, if you've not read all several pages of this, it talks a lot about making sure that the supervisors are well aware of those that are supervising the employees, making sure the employees understand they're being protected. And as we all know, when it comes to costs, these things can be expensive when you have an injured employee. So, we do thank our department heads and their due diligence, and we thank our employees, and we will continue to strive and make sure that we are a very safe place in Marion County. So what this is, board, is just resolutions approving these written programs. This would be the hand and portable power tools and the silica exposure control. Is there any questions? The safety committee leading that are here if you have questions. Seeing none? Okay. Entertain a motion for resolution 2026-46.
Move to approve 2026-46.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Item number 11. This is a public hearing. The Board of Supervisors are doing a public hearing in regarding the proposed plans, specification, I can't even say the word today.
Specification.
Wow, I am struggling. Thank you, Jen. Contract and the cost of the Marion County Road Department Engineer Office project. This is the public hearing. Is there any public comments in regarding the engineer's office and the office building? Tyler, do you have any added words you would like to say?
Yeah, so this is the final structure to be built at Junction 92 facility to make that development, the full build, besides some concrete work, which will be at the next agenda, or on the next agenda. Estimated cost is $640,000 for the engineer's office complete for the building.
Can I insert real quick?
Yeah.
To make sure the public understands. This is public dollars that we have been saving for. This is not coming from any bonds, any debt. We have been saving over this, and being able to do this for several years, so, go ahead, Tyler.
Yep, plans and specifications were prepared by FRK Architects, and, I guess the public hearing also notified of the bid date and proposed plans and everything, so.
Okay. All right, this is the public
We have
hearing.
received no comments at our office.
Appreciate that.
I can say I was out there yesterday to the site, and it's going to be a pretty impressive addition for Marion County. I mean, it's been a long time coming. You know, I was involved in this 20 years ago, so I'm happy to see it coming to fruition.
And I'd like to just say, as the new person on the Board of Supervisors, I want to point out, no debt. This has all been paid from cash. This has all been savings that have been put away with the intent to do this and accomplish this. So, as we were talking about taxes and levy rates, this process and this program and this bill does not impact your taxes whatsoever, other than reducing the overall operational expenses of the county. So again, it's taking those investments in the past, moving them forward with an eye on the future. So compliments to the board and prior board members and the engineering group and the road department for getting all this done. So it'll be nice to have this come to a conclusion.
This will consolidate 3 into 1, so we appreciate that. This is the public hearing. If there is there any public comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second?
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye. Item number 12 is resolution 2026-39. This approves the plan and the estimated total cost for the Marion County Road Department office building, which Tyler did state was $640,000. Or do you have any further questions? If not, entertain a motion.
Move to approve resolution 2026-39.
Second?
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Item number 13 is resolution 2026-40, award the contract for Junction 92 engineer office building.
Yes, so, on March 12th, we received bids, for the engineer's office building, and total of 2 responsive bidders. We received 3 bids. One was immediately rejected due to, not providing the proper forms, for the bid, to be accepted. So 2 responsible bids, the lowest bid being $629,000. This is below that $640,000 number. However, if you recall, I can't the total cost. Mechanical, electrical, plumbing is not included in this bid package. So $629,000 is actually about 16% over what we estimated for the structure and concrete part of the project. However, the MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, those estimates are coming in. So as a result, in totality, I think we're just over $700,000, so about 10% over that $640,000. So, with that said, I think there are opportunities that we've learned, as the plans were completed and we went through the bidding process. I think there are opportunities to value engineer some things with the contractor and change order some savings into the project. If awarded, and that would be my recommendation, is to move forward with award. If not, we would incur additional administrative costs on our end, have the architect and incur additional costs to redesign and rebid the project. We've looked into the contractor who was the low bid of $621,000, RG Construction from Ottumwa. We've called references, specifically references of projects that were other public entities, specifically the city of Ottumwa. And I talked to them. I think Chris and my staff have all reached out or at least looked into RG Construction, we've talked to various subcontractors and vendors, and I am comfortable moving forward with RG Construction. Again, we as the construction manager, as the county being the construction manager, will keep oversight on them and the mechanical and electrical.
That was gonna be my question.
Okay,
And who's gonna do that work on the mechanical, engineer, electrical and plumbing? Who's gonna do that? And is that a bid?
So
as
those
well?
were, design, build scenarios, per the architect, we were allowed to do that on this type of project. Dan's Plumbing and Heating here in Knoxville for the mechanical and plumbing, and Pearson Brothers Electric for the electrical.
And is that a bid as well, or is that
No.
just a straight award?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we bid the MEP as well?
Because then we have to go through a lot more formal process of design. And then international codes come into play where we have I'm trying to remember what the architect told me. Then we have to use a different code, go through formal design. Chris may be able to speak to this, but the specifications for the systems then get bigger, larger, more expensive.
I guess I've never
to
been
meet
involved in a
various
bid
codes.
process where you bid out a building construction that doesn't include the MEP.
Yes.
This is just unusual for me.
Actually fairly common.
It is, okay.
Going forward, so, I'll use conservation cabins as a prime example of that. By doing it this way, which we are allowed to with code, because of the additional changes, you would have to have full MEP drawings if you went this route, which would garner about $10,000 to $15,000 additional expense, which, looking at we did quote multiple MEP contractors for the engineer's office, so this wasn't, we just went and talked to one person. So we have numbers from multiple companies. What this ends up doing is saving cost overall. And anytime you can do a design build, you end up saving money in the long run for the simple fact, when you talk to an MEP engineer, you're gonna end up having a system that is completely over-designed, almost impossible to maintenance, and made up of things a lot like we've dealt with for the long-term of the law enforcement center, where we've ended up replacing almost all of that MEP because it was over-engineered with poor components in the first place. So, at the end of the day, this is a fairly common process, probably more common for public entities in the last 10 years. It does inevitably save massive amounts of tax dollars and headaches in the future.
Tyler, I've got a question for you, in regarding your bids. I mean, obviously there wasn't that many. I was kind of surprised that there wasn't more. But the possible cost, I mean, if you don't feel that you are gonna be able to cut some of these costs, where do you plan to make up the difference? Where are you coming out of?
The additional 60,000,
Mhm.
we would be able to absorb that in the road department, or hopefully bids come in good next week, 2 weeks for the exterior concrete, maybe there would be some savings opportunity there. Although, because the engineer's office and the concrete are a year and a half behind schedule, I don't know how much savings potential there is. We may end up over budget in totality for the full build of the engineer's office. I think I told you at the last board meeting, to date, we were not, but with these last 2 bids, we may use up our current contingency. So hopefully bids come in good in a couple weeks with the concrete, and there's some savings opportunity there, or at least to offset this additional 60,000. Otherwise, the road department would be able to absorb that 60.
I think you also have to be cognizant of the fact that I don't think our future income of the sale of the properties that we're going to vacate have been factored into these numbers.
They have not, and that's what I was gonna say. Anything additional, let's say bids don't come in close to the estimate for exterior concrete, I probably will be coming to you seeking the revenue from the sale of our current road department facilities, because that would put us over more than just 60. Do I think there's room for some savings here in this particular project that has bid? Yes, I do. Is it 60,000? I don't know that it's full 60,000.
Board, is there any further questions? If not, I entertain a motion for resolution 2026-40.
I move we approve resolution 2026-40.
I'll support.
Johnner?
Aye.
McCombs?
Aye.
Mueller?
Aye.
On to item number 14. This is a public hearing. This is a public hearing regarding the Knoxville area pavement rehabilitation project. This project is located at South Attica Road and McKimber Street and 110th Place in Knoxville, Iowa. Tyler.
Yeah, this project includes 110th, the county road, and then also McKimber / West Pleasant, which is a joint project with the city of Knoxville and Marion County, and also South Attica Road. Again, a joint project with split jurisdiction. The overall project cost is estimated at $1.45 million, $1 million from the county, which we've allocated local option sales tax for, and the $450,000 for the city of Knoxville's portion. This project is anticipated to proceed this calendar year.
Again, this is the public hearing portion. Is there any public comments? Anything online? Seeing none, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
McCombs?
Aye.
Mueller?
Aye.
Johnner?
Aye. Item number 15 is resolution 2026-41. This would approve the cost of the area pavement rehabilitation project. I think it's important that the constituents know that $1 million is coming out of the local option sales tax. Local option sales tax is something that we at the county, we use to defer some property tax. The way the ballot is read, it is property tax relief, so a portion of that goes into the property tax and into the general fund to relieve the
50%.
Yep, 50%. And then we use this money and save up for projects. And this is a project in which we're looking at the Knoxville area right now. We've used it in other projects before throughout other cities. In the future, there will be probably something coming for the Pella area also. These are things that we're using those dollars and that local option sales tax wisely. We as a board, we save them. This is also the way in which we've been able to help pay for Junction 92. All things that those that are coming in and paying that extra sales tax benefits the constituents of Marion County, and a lot of it with the road use fund not being there, with also House File 718 and some of the limitations, we've had to be creative and we've had to use some local option sales tax funds to be able to fund some projects when it comes to Tyler's department. So that's just my little speech, but I do think it's important that those that are sitting here and those that are online understand. There's no further questions in regarding this to Tyler, or do Tyler, you have any comments?
Yeah, I was just gonna say plans were prepared by my office utilizing Iowa DOT specifications and similar to the engineer's office. This was let through our Iowa County Engineers Association local letting tool, and the formal contract is the form, their standard form.
Okay, thank you, Tyler. No further questions. Entertain a motion for resolution 2026-41.
Move we approve resolution 2026-41.
I'll support.
Mueller?
Aye.
Johnner?
Aye.
McCombs?
Aye.
Item number 16, resolution 2026-42, award the contract of the Knoxville area pavement rehabilitation project. Tyler.
Yep, so on March 19th, we received bids for the Knoxville area pavement rehabilitation, receiving a total of 4 bids, which is good. I'm hoping for 5, but we received 4. The lowest bidder was Norris Asphalt from Macomb at 82.7% of our engineer's estimate, for a total bid of $1,199,218.81. Again, the engineer's estimate was $1.45 million. Attached in your packet was the contract and the bid tabulation. Obviously, obviously, we do a lot of work with Norris Asphalt. They are typically the low bidder, not always, but typically for Marion County asphalt rehabilitation type work. So we reviewed the bids and have no issues, and I recommend work contract to Norris for this particular project.
Tyler, how will this been, since there's cost savings, how will that be split?
We have divisions within the project.
Okay.
So,
Will we be saving money coming out of loss? And then obviously,
yes, I'm not sure that this bid tab represents the divisions, but bids in total, so I will have, I did not have a chance to look at that after getting back from vacation.
Okay.
This was bid while I was on vacation. I apologize. I will
You
get
get
that information.
vacation?
right, exactly.
Rarely it seems, but yeah. So I will look that up because this was bid, or like bid items, everything is combined for the bid proposal. Then in the project, there are two divisions, Marion County, City of Knoxville, and I can look at that.
If you could please, I appreciate to know what that number is. For cost savings.
Says construction may commence about middle of June.
That is the early start date per contract. Yep, blocking out the 2
Nationals.
weeks of Knoxville Nationals for the request of the city.
And hopefully, I know it's.
Complete by 11/20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
11/20.
contract completion is construction season.
I do want to say, I think it's important that we make sure, come early June, since this is going to impact those people coming in, and those that are living in those areas, make sure the word gets out, the sooner the better.
Yeah, and it's likely that work is ongoing in on all three road segments,
At once?
yes. Because
Okay.
milling, we did not specify that, but given the short length and the nature of the work, we didn't feel that was very efficient for the contractors to do it in phases. We have two divisions in the project, but phasing the work. So they'll come in and mill, which essentially, when they're complete on a specific road, would remove most, if not all, the traffic control, then move on and mill the next segment. And progress that way with various phases of work.
That brings
So there may
costs
be some
down.
signage up, may not be one lane on all three segments at any one time, but it may be two of the three, be one lane at one time.
It eliminates a lot of mobilization fees.
Right, so yeah, down to.
Yeah,
we'll
overall,
have
this
one
is an
lane
overall
open.
small project, and then the
Yes.
phases themselves will be very small, by quantity wise for the
I
contract.
just want to make sure that those homeowners know that there's still a way to get to, town and.
Yeah, there are a couple of phases of work, pouring concrete, well, there will be hours without immediate access, but we'll work with the homeowners, and most of the project.
For
main access will
emergency
be maintained.
purposes, they will have access.
Right.
Yes. All right, no further questions, entertain a motion for resolution 2026-42.
Move to approve 2026-42.
Second,
Connor,
Aye,
Combs,
aye.
Mueller,
Right?
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
On to item number 17, which is Board of Supervisor updates. Mr. Mueller, you have any updates?
Just want to make sure everybody knows county parks are going to be opening very soon. The conservation department have been out there fluffing, puffing, and getting everything ready for our guests. So encourage our visitors to take advantage of all the new cabins and all the new enhancements and things that we've done in the county. So,
Awesome. Mr. McCombs?
I have a HERDA meeting Thursday.
Appreciate that. Just would like to update the board and the employees. Was hoping to have the salary, the compensation policy before us today, but we still have some questions that we've got to finalize. So planning to bring that in April. So have nothing else. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
I support.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller,
Aye.
Shawner.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.